Now, for those of you like me, whose bike seems to be more of a decoration than a vehicle, I have some really interesting biking facts for you. Since May is National Bike Month, I thought it'd be fitting to let you know some of the benefits of biking. Number one, you don't have to go to the gym if you bike to work. This is an option, but the average of women pedaling 12 to 14 miles an hour burns 488 calories in 60 minutes. Bam, there's your workout. Number two, you can do it in heels. Yes, some women bike in heels, not me. I know ideally you'd want to bike in sneakers, but some women think heels are great to bike in, so you don't even have to change when you get to work. Number three, it boosts your energy for the day. There was an actual study that found bike riding improved energy levels by 20%. Who couldn't use all that energy, right? Especially coupled with the devil's food cake. I'm gonna feel unstoppable. I hope you will too. Number four, the health benefits are especially good for women. According to some studies, biking to work will literally turn you into Wonder Women. The two top risk factors for heart disease are high blood pressure and high cholesterol. In one study, researchers had 32 women ride at a moderate to high intensity 3 times a week for at least half an hour. After a year, they lowered their blood pressure and cholesterol. Not too shabby. And last, 5, it saves some moolah. Although bikes can be a little pricey, but think about all that gas money you're gonna save and gym money you're gonna be saving. Well, just talking about all that biking, I am pooped and ready for some more devil's food cake. So take off your helmet, kick off your tennis shoes or heels, and get ready for a great Idaho living. I'm gonna go out and put some deodorant on, and when we come back, we're gonna have a great show for you. Whether you're already an excited mom-to-be or just considering growing your family, it's a good idea to know what you're actually in for. We have Dr. Smith on the show today to talk about what expecting moms need to know. Then we are talking about the 5 beauty must-haves for your makeup bag. See what you need to put on your next shopping list. This segment is sponsored by Meridian Pediatrics. If you are a new or expectant parent feeling stressed about that due date, we are here to help. There are tons of books, movies, and even YouTube channels that are going to help you know what to expect when you're expecting, but nothing quite prepares you for the actual experience. That's exactly why we have Dr. Steve Smith here with us to help. Dr. Smith, it has been 14 years since I have been an expecting mother. A lot has changed, but a lot remains the same, so we're really thrilled to have you here.
It's so good to be here and talk about this topic.
It's important. So what are some of the important things I think these expecting parents should know going into this new experience?
Yeah, so one of the things that I like to emphasize is that it's important to pick out who the doctor is going to be for the baby. So these days, very often, the doctor that delivers your child is not the same one that will actually take care of the child. So a lot of offices offer a meet the doctor appointment, meet the office. It's a free appointment. Our office, Meridian Pediatrics, will do that as well. You can come and see if it's a great match for you prior to delivery date, to see if it's a convenient location as well.
Yeah, I think that's important, right?
Yeah.
And do that beforehand so you're not stressed out after the baby comes trying to figure out a plan, right?
Exactly, exactly. It helps out too when you actually deliver. You can provide the name of the doctor that's going to come and see your baby in the hospital.
Okay, what are some of the important things that we should know about SIDS?
Okay, so SIDS it stands for Sudden Infant Death Syndrome, and it's very rare. However, it still happens, and we don't know exactly why. But we do know some risk factors, and there's 3 main things. Number 1, you want to make sure that there's no secondhand smoke exposure. Number 2, no co-sleeping. So you don't want your baby sleeping right next to you. You want your baby in a separate bassinet or crib. And then number 3 is you always want to lay your baby down on his or her back. So mouth up. Those are the 3 main risk factors for SIDS.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
All right, we're kind of all over the board here. Let's talk about newborn poo, Dr. Smith.
So we get a lot of phone calls about the variety of poo that babies will share with their parents. And at first, it's dark and it's called meconium. It's very thick. And then it kind of transitioned, especially in the breastfed babies, to more of a yellow, bright, sunshiny type poop. And it's incredible how much they will poop out throughout the day.
I know.
And it's also incredible the variety of colors that we'll see and the variety of consistency that we'll see.
Okay.
So I tend to educate families that blood is something that we don't want to see, so please let us know if there's any blood. And you should see some sort of color. We don't like to see if there's no color in the stool. That's also pretty rare, but there should be some color.
But if we're getting like a bright variety of colors, no need to be alarmed unless there's blood.
Yeah,
right?
feel free to talk to us about it, please, but yeah, there's no need to be alarmed.
Okay, now you mentioned that breastfeeding has an impact on the color of poo. Let's talk about breastfeeding for a moment. I think as a new mom, I certainly struggled with this, and there's a lot of guilt that comes along with that when you can't make that work for your family. So let's talk about what we need to know and how we can get prepared for that amazing experience with your child.
Yeah, thank you for calling it amazing. I was sitting in a room once in my training, and we were with several residents, medical students, attending providers, and we went through the room 3 or 4 times listing positives of breastfeeding. So there are a lot of incredible positives for both mother and baby and family when it comes to breastfeeding. However, it doesn't always work immediately. It can be difficult. And I really emphasize the importance of taking advantage of the resources that are available. When you're in the hospital, a lot of times those labor and delivery nurses are so very well versed in how to help you with that. And then in addition, there's some lactation nurses that are also specialized. Once you're out of the hospital, our office can help you and our nurses there, but also you can set up outpatient visits with the lactation nurses to get some more assistance.
I love that, and I think there's a lot of guilt associated if you're not able to make the breastfeeding work, which was my case, and then you feel this extreme guilt as a parent. Your wife had some amazing advice for parents like me. What did she say?
Well, so she definitely had some struggles. I have 4 children, and 2 of them were breastfed and 2 of them were formula fed, and her advice was the same. She really wishes that she would have taken advantage of the resources that were available to help. In the end, all 4 of the kids have 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. So formula does have its benefits as well. And if you can't get the breastfeeding to work, in the end, we want that baby to thrive. We want them to gain weight. And so please let us know your concerns. We're there to help and support you, whatever your goal might be.
Dr. Smith, thank you so much for being here today.
My pleasure.
MeridianPediatrics.com. Great information. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And to all those expecting parents out there, good luck to you too. Lots of fun waiting for you. To take one of Dr. Smith's classes or to schedule an appointment with him, you can also check out MeridianPediatrics.com. They've got some, what is it called, baby?
So we teach baby care basics,
Baby care
and that's
basics.
through the St. Luke's system, and different doctors will rotate through and teach that class, but it helps expecting families.
Wonderful. Thank you, doctor.
Thank you.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we are spreading the word. We're talking about how you can help. Plus, what are your top beauty must-haves in your makeup bag? Go get your bag and make sure you have the products we're talking about next on Idaho Living. This segment is sponsored by Ulta Beauty. No makeup bag is complete without these absolute must-haves. We have Rachel Cobo from Ulta Beauty here with us today to talk about everything you need to have in your makeup bag right now. Welcome, Rachel.
Thank you.
Okay, so what are first of all, adorable makeup bags, love these. What are the 5 must-haves every woman needs in her makeup bag?
I would say top 5 must-haves for your bag is going to be a good hand cream, great concealer, mascara, a hairbrush, and then an eyelash curler and lipstick as well.
Love it, and we're gonna break those down, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, so first of all, lipstick. What do we need to know about lipstick?
So lipstick is pretty important. No company has really created a foolproof stay all day lipstick, so it's really important to throw it in your bag just to take throughout the day if you're eating or drinking or whatever it may be. So it's always good to have a lipstick. Here I have the Urban Decay lipstick. It's super creamy, good moisturizing lipstick. It's a matte lipstick too, so it does tend to last a little bit longer throughout the day. But yeah, just apply as you need it.
Now, is there one lipstick that we should, like the color that we should all have in our makeup bag that's like a fail-proof, neutral kind of?
Yep, I would say any good nude color.
Nude.
So whether you like pinks or more browns, it's totally up to you, all personal preference, but I would say a good nude. Unless reds and oranges are your like favorite go-to,
Yeah.
then just throw your favorite lipstick in.
I need to try red, don't I, Rachel?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
Okay, let's talk about mascara and curlers.
Okay. Yep. So a mascara is good to have on hand at all times too, and a curler just in case. You never know if you're going to have an accident where you get it like all flaking and stuff. So you want to just make sure that you have something to reapply throughout the day and keep your lashes super volumized and lengthened.
I love that. And my eyelash curler, I found eyelash curlers with bling. So I have two,
Yep.
one with a variety of bling and one with purple bling.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
how often should we be changing out our mascaras?
Every 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah. At the bottom of every package in mascara, there's actually a little compact, and it'll say like 6M. So just look at the mascara you have at home or whatever mascara you buy. It'll tell you when to throw it out.
Love it. We
Yeah.
probably all need to be going through our makeup bags right now, don't we?
Yep, probably.
Okay, so you said moisturizer. Why is that a must-have in our makeup bag?
A good hand moisturizer is good. A lot of us get dry skin,
Okay.
and it prevents, hangnails and stuff like that too. So anything with like aloe, keratin, and vitamins for your hand cream, like this one here from the Ulta brand, is really good just to help replenish and nourish the skin. And of
I
course,
love
you
that.
can put that all over your body too as needed.
Okay, I need some right now. My hands are dry. Okay, number 4, you said hairbrush.
Hairbrush, absolutely. So most of the time we walk out of the house, our hair is perfect, and then a gust of wind just blows it right out of the way. So it's a quick one to just take it out in your car or bathroom and just give your hair a quick fix, and a tease even.
Ooh, I love teases, Rachel. Okay, now when you said hairbrush, I was a little bit concerned because how am I going to fit that into my makeup bag? But let's look at that little cute
Yeah,
thing right there.
we have this
They don't
little
have to be
tiny
huge,
one.
right?
No.
Okay, I love that. Okay, perfect. All right, now let's talk concealer.
Okay. Concealer is a huge one, especially in combination with mascaras. You want to go with something oil-free, and that does prevent the flaking and the running under the eyes. So good tip there. Anything oil-free foundation and concealer would be great if you're having issues. So, and then if you have, of course, like acne or any kind of scarring or bruising from whatever, then you could, of course, just pop it on and you're good.
Okay, and I know there's different varieties of concealer, and a lot of times I see the yellow concealer or
Yeah.
just like the nude looking concealer. Which one is best for us? How do we know which one to get?
In this case, putting it in your makeup bag would go with something your skin tone or
Okay.
a shade lighter.
Okay.
That way you don't have to, worry about color correcting
Yeah.
and concealing.
Okay, now also with the concealer, is there a special way that we should put them, or is that more contouring? I'm just wondering.
Yeah, contouring is a little
Okay.
different. You can use this in the case of like spot concealing or putting it
Okay.
under your eyes or around
Like
your
blemishes,
nose.
dark circles.
Yep,
Okay,
absolutely. Where we
perfect.
get red just hormonally around the nose usually too. So easy touch-ups.
Wonderful. Well, we need to have you back about the contouring because I know a lot of people want to know how to do
Yeah,
that. so.
it's a lot of fun.
Yay, well, 5 must-haves. Definitely want to head on over, see Rachel and her team at Ulta Beauty. She can get you all hooked up, can't you?
Yep, of
Yay.
course.
Thanks so much, Rachel. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Coming up, we are speaking with a local doctor that is helping us spread awareness about mental health. You will not believe how much this impacts the Treasure Valley. Then you will never guess what I learned walking down a pier in Canada. We're talking about crappers coming up next on Idaho Living. This segment is sponsored by Optum Idaho. Mental Health Awareness Month takes place during May. In honor of this month, we've invited an expert to talk about some of the important information we all need to know regarding this serious issue that is all across the world and has a big impact on people right here in Idaho. So welcome to the show, Dr. Larson.
Well,
you
thank you.
are the Chief Medical Director from Optum Idaho.
That's correct.
And we are so thrilled to have you help shed some light on this serious topic.
Well, thank you. Glad to be here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, mental illness in May, and
Yeah.
we think about it because it's not a celebration, but it's an awareness. Mental illness is, or mental health, we'd rather use that term. Mental illness really is something that occurs in about 1 in 5 adults. It's hard to know sometimes what's going on, and so that's the need for awareness.
And I love that we're raising awareness, and thank you so much for being here. When we hear mental illness or mental health all the time, what is that really referring to? Can we define it?
Actually, what we're talking about is changes in behavior and thinking.
Okay.
It occurs, and as I mentioned, in 1 of 5 adults, so not uncommon. It's something, though, that's a little scary to talk about, and so it's time this month to carry on the conversation.
What resources do you have for people to get, if they've got need to recovery for mental health illnesses?
Having to do with resources, there are a lot. Certainly in terms of starting to get help, we tell people that if a loved one has a problem or something that's different or they have a change in behavior, to start with your family doctor, start with a minister, start with somebody that you usually talk about, and look for changes. Some of the changes that are really important are changes in sleep, changes in eating, concentration, when the person's not thinking the same or is more irritable. So if you see those kinds of changes, sometimes you look for medical things, and sometimes it turns out to be a mental health issue.
Wow. Okay. So how do you think mental illness affects our community right here in Idaho?
Certainly here in Idaho, we're at risk. Mountain states seem to be more at risk for mental illness.
Really?
And there's an association between mental illness and suicide. We've known that for a long time, and so we actually aren't doing very well. We have help for mental illness, for getting help from providers, getting help by calling, and we have a suicide hotline now that's really helpful. But also it's just something about our independent nature, I think, sometimes. We have a hard time asking for help.
Isn't that true? Now, look, you talked about a few signs. Can we go through those once again? So what are the signs that someone is struggling with mental illness? And then we want to talk about, then what do you do? Do we give them these resources that you just mentioned? Let's go through those signs again.
Yeah, the important things really are when somebody's different than usual. So if they're more irritable, or they have trouble thinking or concentrating, if sleep or eating change dramatically, then you should be thinking mental health. When that's the case, then as someone, if you care about the person, is you first just ask the questions. Can I help you? Is there something I can do? Maintaining eye contact, offering hope, and support.
Are there any things that trigger mental illness?
Actually, we think there may be more having to do with genetics than anything.
Really?
But in addition, traumatic events are important. And so if someone's had a big illness or someone in the family's been sick, that's a time to think, oh gosh, this might be affecting people more than we thought.
Okay, can you recover from mental illness?
Of course. The recovery studies are actually better than you might guess.
That's awesome.
Long-term international studies say that 2/3 of people do very well in the long term. So getting help, having support, and having someone that loves you all make a difference.
I love that. Now, Doctor, you also have some resources that you want to share with our viewers right now.
Sure.
If we need help, right?
Right. So the kinds of resources are to ask for help, number one, to be close to someone, number two, and then to ask for professional help. And so Optum Idaho is a company that has been working with the state for nearly 4 years at helping members that are Medicaid participants in getting outpatient mental health help. And there's an 800 number for that too. The members all know that. But the same thing's true about everyone else.
All right, thank you, Dr. Larson. We appreciate you being here.
Oh, you're welcome.
Being a hockey mom has its interesting moments. Up next, I'm going to tell you about the fun facts I learned during my latest adventure in Canada. It is never a dull moment when you are surrounded by boys like I am. And last week in Canada, as our Canadian team was up there playing hockey, we were walking along a pier in between hockey games when we walked by a toilet part that was just laying on the pier. And when my son's hockey mate started talking about a recent research paper he did on Thomas Crapper, I started asking questions. Jackson Holmes was not lying. Jackson, you are a great little researcher. Thomas Crapper, can you imagine that name, was a plumber who industrialized the modern bathroom. In fact, we found some fun, cool facts that you might want to know about as well. Crapper started a plumbing and sanitary engineering business in the 1800s. He also opened the world's first bathroom showroom in London in the 1870s. Another interesting little tidbit that you can use for your next party conversation: we visit the bathroom on average 2,500 times in a year. In all, we spend around 3 years of our life on the toilet. Thank you, Mr. Crapper, and thank you, Holmesy, for that little bit of inspiration. There you have it. Fun facts on the pier at Canada. It is never a dull moment with these boys. If you're looking for something fun to do with the family this weekend, we definitely have some awesome events that you will want to know about. May 20th, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., Idaho's largest garage sale at Expo Idaho. This bizarre event is the perfect kickoff to the yard sale season by giving you a chance to gather all the stuff that's cluttering up your homes and businesses and put it up for sale. This is for all of the Daredevil families. The Treasure Valley Roller Derby is going on tomorrow at Expo Idaho. Check it out at tvrderby.com. This is intense, folks. I have seen these girls, and these girls know how to rumble. Junie B's Essential Guide to School. TheaterWorks USA made a musical about this classic book series. You can check this out at the Morrison Center. Tickets are available on their website. This is going to be so fun for the kids. Okay, cat lovers, this is for you. If you are a cat lover, this will be perfect for you. Simply Cats is putting on Yoga with Cats on Tuesday, May 23rd. Classes are $10 each and held throughout the entire summer. Check out simplycats.org to reserve your space. Well, another week has come and gone. Is it just me, or is this year going by faster than normal? Holy Toledo, it's already the middle of May. And since it is National Bike to Work Day, we want to make sure that you are biking to work, and I give you permission to take the cab home. And hopefully when you get home, your Devil's Food Cake is waiting for you to celebrate National Devil's Food Cake. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a great weekend and get out and enjoy Idaho living.
Promotional consideration was provided by The Village at Meridian, Village Coffee, and Floral Creation. Jana's Wardrobe provided by Torrid.